Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on a hook.
Look, harvesting not bodies, harvesting not organs. Got 'em real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughter's a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cart when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello, all my Malcolm people. Welcome to another Malcolm Make a Culture Move podcast, where we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We your host, Mark Jonathan.
G.
And as always, we have a wonderful segment for you all today. But before we get started, if we could have our brief disclaimer.
Here on the Make a Culture Move podcast, like my brother said, we cover everything, and everything we cover is Black. And sometimes that can cause for a little controversy about the conversation, which is okay. We allow controversy. We like controversy. You feel me? Challenge us. We want to challenge you. But before you get to jumping down our necks, just think about why something made you feel some type of way. And then let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How are we going to come up with solutions that together as a community if we don't talk about it? You feel me? But with that being said, check in with me, bro. How you feeling?
I can't complain, just enjoying doing this Mac stuff. You feel me? Excited to be getting into more school soon, so everything is doing good. You feel me? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You feel me? I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. Excited for this Malcolm stuff. Just got back into school, so you feel me? Just excited. You feel me?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But yeah, with that being said, we got our For the Culture Day. We're just gonna discuss some recent latest events, go over a movie that we think you guys should tap into, and just go over a few Black excellence topics as well. Sound good?
Sound good.
Let's do this. So first we're going to go ahead and start with a little bit of the controversy, which brings up kind of a major issue behind it. But we have a white woman stopped by... it was actually at the Denver airport too. That's so crazy.
It is crazy.
That's so crazy. But she was stopped with her biracial daughter, and assumed to be trafficking the biracial daughter. So I'm just getting into that. I think, can I pull up the article, or what you think? It's on Yahoo.
I think so. I think, we talk a lot about, having, dating Black, marrying Black, and having Black babies, right? In the Black community. Because we talk a lot about Black love and uplifting Black love and making sure it doesn't die. And so, with that, like, there's been times where me and my mom, we've been out, we see, my mom was literally just saying when we were in Virginia, that, she got to stop assuming that, white people with Black kids, that it's a bad situation. Because there's been times where it's like, dang, like, we be looking at the kids like, just blink twice if you're safe or if you're not. Because you just don't know. But you just can't assume that, because nowadays, and very, very frequently, you feel me, it's a lot of biracial kids out here. It's a lot of biracial kids out here, and oftentimes one child looks more like one parent than the other. You feel me? They look more white or more Black.
Especially if they're a different race.
So, and you can tell the biracial kids, but sometimes you just don't know, like, with the white parent, you don't know if that's the parent or not.
Exactly. I mean, it's exactly as you said, but getting into the article, feel me? She says, woman accuses Southwest Airlines of racially profiling her biracial daughter. This is the USA in 2021. Hey,
It
show
is.
it.
It is.
So I'll just read a little bit of it. So a Los Angeles mother claims she was stopped and questioned for human trafficking after boarding a Southwest Airlines flight with her biracial daughter. Now she's demanding the airline be held accountable for what she describes as racial profiling and racial harassment. We would not have been reported for anything if my daughter were white and blonde. Mary McCarthy told KPIX TV in San Francisco. I swear this was. Oh wait, hold on. The Los Angeles resident single mother says she booked a Southwest Airlines flight with her 10-year-old daughter, Maura, after getting word her brother has suddenly passed away, RIP. She was headed to Denver, Colorado with a layover in San Jose on October 22nd. Okay, so boom. Oh wait, hold on, let me read this last one. So McCarthy said as soon as they landed in Denver, they were surrounded by 2 police officers and a Southwest airline employee. They tried to speak individually to my daughter. I said, no, she's only 10. You're not questioning her by herself. Good job. McCarthy said, I took out my phone and started recording. So boom, it's a lot of what, G said. And like the mother said in the article, had this been a white child with a white mother, more than likely wouldn't have
Right,
been.
even because the mother was white, and I understand her point of view as a mother. It's upsetting and it's disturbing. Coming from a Black woman's perspective, though, just a Black person's perspective, I appreciate Southwest for doing a due justice because one, sex trafficking is huge right now in America. Like the article said, this is the USA in 2021. Sex trafficking is huge. And we have children going missing on a daily basis. On a daily basis, children are going missing. You feel me? And it's Black children that are going missing. And then if they're being found dead with no organs. And, it's just bad. It's just bad, So it's like coming just from a Black person's perspective, you feel me? I appreciate Southwest because I feel like y'all looking out for the cause. You feel me? Y'all are making sure that, y'all are protecting the youth and the babies and the children. Now, coming from her as a mother point of view, you feel me? Absolutely no, you are not questioning my child without my authority. She's a minor. And she needs to have somebody of legal or, you feel me, grown authority over her. You can't just question my baby. So it's disturbing as a mother. And I get that. And I'm sorry that happened to you because that is your daughter and you're not sex trafficking your daughter. And, it's a messed up situation, but I understand and appreciate where Southwest was coming from. And that's my point of view on it.
No, I mean, I definitely agree. Because, to basically make it plain what you're saying, if you think about all the scenarios where no one has said nothing, and they had a suspicious instance, like, there's definitely more of it not being reported than it is being reported. So ultimately, if I'm, I believe her name was McCarthy or whatever her name is. Yes, I understand it could have been seen as offensive, but ultimately you got a big picture that stuff. You feel me?
You got a big picture it.
Because
you have to big picture it. And
these a lot of interracial couples are definitely becoming more relevant or prevalent, I believe is the word to use. Prevalent. But who's to say that just because you're walking with a white woman and a white child that they're not being sex trafficked?
Exactly. That's
Uh,
true. And that's true too. So that's what makes it a messed up situation, because we wouldn't have thought anything of it if it was a white woman with a white child. We would just automatically assume that, you feel me, that's your child. It is what it is. So that's what makes it where it's like, dang, how do we protect, because you can't just go around assuming, and calling the police on every person, every parent you see with a child, because you assume they're sex trafficking. You can't do that. But at the same time, if you feel, and the thing is, still sometimes you can feel it.
right.
Sometimes you can feel it, especially if you're really big on energy and synergy and that type of stuff. You can feel those bad and weird vibes from people. And if you're brave enough to try to do something about it, then try to do something about it. And odds are, you feel me, you're wrong. You feel me? Like,
Mhm.
best scenario is that you're wrong. And it's like, oh well, okay, take that L, I was wrong. But don't stop that from, don't allow that to stop you from wanting to help if you feel like you should. If you're wrong, accept it, but don't let it stop you, because someday you might actually be a help to somebody.
For and for me, ultimately, I would just accept an apology, and because I'm a
Absolutely.
big picture thinker, like
Me too.
I doubt that they
I
had
doubt it at
any
the end.
malicious
Like,
intent.
damn, you thought I was sex trafficking. I'd laugh at
Yeah,
the end. I'd laugh about it, because I'm a big picture thinker too, just like you. So it's just like, I understand where they're coming from. Like, you feel me?
exactly.
It's the world we live in, unfortunately.
And she even said that, like, I think she was more so pointing to the fact that, oh, you can get stopped for anything. But ultimately, when you say, oh, this is the USA that in 2021, like, don't look at it as them just targeting you. They're more so trying to make sure that no sex trafficking is happening. That's the bigger picture. Like, I don't know, but
Sex trafficking is huge, and I feel like it's being ignored more than it's being talked about.
mhm,
So,
uh,
and it's crazy because, with sex trafficking, like, some of them predators really do, they want to start you young, because they want to groom you to where, you feel me, they break your mentality
mhm.
down to where you're just comfortable with that lifestyle, and they keep you for years. Like, they want to start you young. So you just got to be vigilant and be careful when it comes to that. You just do. You just got to be careful.
Absolutely. But that will be the first little just overall news um segment of this, or today's podcast. I'm sorry. Next we will be going over a comedian that opened up his own black-owned studio. Um, so boom, getting into this, you feel me? This is just very amazing. You feel me? All this, I've seen a lot of black-owned stuff just coming about since the pandemic, and we've taken a lot of L's at the beginning, but this has also been
We
a
bouncing
huge,
back.
exactly, and a lot of people are starting their own businesses, trying to make um, different sources of income for themselves. But getting into the article, so Amaru, a 47-year-old stand-up comic who goes by one name, is currently building the first black-owned movie studio in the state. As reported by MLive.com, the Kalamazoo, Michigan, man, nah, I'll leave that alone. The Kalamazoo, Michigan native stated that the move was inspired by the entertainment work stoppage caused by COVID-19 pandemic and the murder of George Floyd. Okay, how can I bring back my job and others' jobs? Amaru said. The outlet reports hope was one hope was the number one thing that came up during the or doing away with the despair that happens around us. That's happening around us. I'm tired, y'all. My fault. Especially with our youth. Scrolling down. Oh, this is what it looks like. Very attractive, very appealing. You feel me? Uh, Yeah, I like it. I'd go.
Me too.
Another inspiration for Amaru's ambition to create the studio was working with Master P. All right, one of his first Hollywood projects for the 25-year-old entertainment industry vet was writing for the music mogul in Los Angeles. Although he was able to make numerous connections, they didn't pan out most of the time. As you're in the business, you begin to get tired of waiting, Amaru said. Waiting for people to follow through is not what I like to do. 100%. So, boom, and at the bottom they have, I guess, a GoFundMe if anybody's interested. This is an article right up here if you'd like to read more. But overall, just shout out to Amaru. Very dope idea. Much needed, obviously, if it's the first ever in that city.
Exactly.
Snaps out. I don't really have much more to say
I don't
about
really
that.
have too much to add to that. You feel me? Just big props. It's good stuff to see, especially because when you do something, you gotta have a cause and a mission behind it. So his cause and mission is dope because bringing people jobs back who lost it during the pandemic, jobs that's passionate to them. You feel me? Like those jobs that the creative job, the art jobs, like those people really took a hit because you got to really work hard to make your money when you're in the creative arts field as it already is. So that's dope.
Absolutely. So boom, we gonna continue. I won't say end off just yet, but with the new movie. It's a new movie, right? I'm not tripping.
It's a Netflix movie. Yeah,
okay,
it's a Netflix
just making
movie.
sure, you feel me.
But it is a new movie.
Man, and it's good. I just watched it this morning. I'm not even gonna cap.
Okay,
But
so yes, it is good. So yeah. So the harder they fall.
Absolutely.
And
So
it's
the harder
dope
they fall.
because most of the characters are based on
True.
real people, real Black people in real life. So that's
Absolutely. So here we see some of the cast members. Honestly, like, kudos to this man right here, man. He played a very good main character.
Yes. I can't wait to see him in more stuff.
Absolutely, you feel me? And that bright smile, for me, just real happy to be there. Definitely played. I don't know why this has a 6 out of 10. That's kind of crazy. The movie was very funny for one, like.
The movie was,
that
because you gotta also remember, the critics is if it was an all Black critic, it probably would have got the 10 out of 10. But it's not an all Black critic, So, and we Black and white people have different senses of humor just naturally. So, some of the things that we find funny, they don't find too funny.
Absolutely. Nah, that's 100%, man. But overall, the movie was very funny, very entertaining. And a lot of times in the movie, the fact that it was based on
real people, it just made it even that much more like it hit home, because it's a Black Western. That's it. That's what it is.
Exactly.
It's a Black Western, and I love Black Westerns because I love Black cowboys. Like it's like a different part of us that's not talked about, but it's history in us, and that's the culture in us too. You feel me? Like, yeah.
Exactly. I hated the way he died, though. Respectfully, I hated the way he died.
Me too.
I'm not really sure if if we could show a trailer. Do you know? I don't know. They be real aggressive with these copyrights and they.
I don't know.
Yeah. So our review is a 10 out of 10.
If you haven't seen it, it is a Netflix only movie. So if you ain't got Netflix, borrow somebody's Netflix and watch the movie. The Harder They Fall, produced by Jay-Z. The soundtrack to this movie is dope. You feel me? Like, it's a real dope soundtrack as well. So y'all gotta check that out. Definitely check that out. You know, learn about a different side of history. And you know, because like them Cowboys is like with some other like original gangsters. You feel me? Like, that's some real gangster stuff that they was doing and that they was on. I don't care what nobody say. That was some real gangster stuff. And so if you like that type of stuff, you will really enjoy this movie.
Absolutely. And like G said, shout out to Jay-Z and others that helped produce this movie. Shout out to Regina King, man. She don't really get too much credit for
Regina King.
the stuff that she be doing.
She does her thing on the screen. And Idris Elba, you feel me? He's getting old. I was watching the movie. I was watching it with my mom, and I told her, I said, Idris Elba is getting old. Like,
still a top 5 black male actor, though.
You feel me? He is still that guy. Like, I love seeing Idris on screen, and it's like he plays so many roles, and I just love him in everything that he does. You feel me? Like, it's dope. And then just shout out to all of the new faces that I ain't never seen before. Love seeing, you know, the next generation be able to step up and, you know, make their mark. I love to see it.
Absolutely, 100%. But what would you rate it out of 10?
I'd give it an 8. I'd give it about an 8.
Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
I give it about an 8, maybe 8.5.
Nah, I'd definitely go about 8.5. I wish I would have seen more of Idris Elba's character, but I understand that the story was more so based around Nat Love than it was
Butch.
Yeah, whatever his name was. But overall, I mean, it was a very nice, interesting ending.
It was the ending. The ending, it really I don't know. The ending was crazy to me because, you know, you think back to like, you know, those old times or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really even old times, you feel me? But like, you feel me, the cowboy times, right? Mm-hmm. Before there was cars and shit. And you think about like how things was set up. It was really easy, you know, to turn your life around completely. You leave from one small town and go across country to a different small town and recreate who you were as a person. And I believe that a lot of people did that. I believe, you feel me, like they was living their life one way, and then, you feel me, had to change. Something happened, they had to go and had to change, and that's what happened. And you know, it happens a lot. You feel me? You leave something behind like a child. Right. And you don't realize how that's going to impact that child and what that is going to do for them in their legacy. And unfortunately, in the movie, in Idris's case, it made him bitter and angry and hurt. And it caused him to be the type of man that he was, the criminal that he was, that caused Nat Love to be the criminal that he was. You feel me? Like that domino effect of trauma is crazy when you think about it. You know, like that just domino, how it just trickles down, and sometimes it's like, damn. Like it hit me. It was like, damn, that's the story. And it's like, I wasn't expecting that to be the storyline. And when it came out, it's like, it makes sense though. How much anger Idris exposed in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not saying a word too.
It made sense.
But I'm gonna just encourage y'all to watch it for yourselves. The soundtrack was amazing. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, it was. I
I
liked
can't
it,
hear you.
especially
God
for
damn. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you hear me now?
I can't hear you. Hold on. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay, say less. But especially for a Netflix movie, that movie is a solid 10 out of 10. But we're gonna go ahead and move into our last little topic of the day. You feel me? We're gonna go ahead and go back to some news. See if we could wait for G for just a little bit. 'Cause I do have to let her in. But I guess I could talk more about that movie. I mean, honestly, especially because I haven't really seen that many good Netflix movies. I've seen a lot of good Netflix series. But as far as movies go, they definitely did their thing. I'm trying to think of like better Netflix movies than that. Like, I don't know. And shout out to Jay-Z for making it free, respectfully. I ain't even gonna lie, putting that on Netflix, you feel me? I don't know why he got a 6 out of 10. That's kind of crazy. But not 8 to 8.5, even to 9 sometimes, you feel me? Is definitely where that should be. But we're gonna go ahead and move into our next topic. Hopefully I don't miss G while she's over here, but we have an unfortunate instance of this woman arrested and charged with embezzling almost $1 million in HBCU funds. Okay. Wow. Hold on. 1 second, y'all.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, here. Oh, I don't know what the hell that was about.
All right, say last. So we moved on to this instance right here.
Whoa.
Yeah. So woman arrested and charged with embezzling almost 1 million in HBCU funds.
Whoa.
Yeah. So Miss Kenya Ward, a former employee at North Carolina Central University, a historically black university in Durham, NC, has been charged with embezzling nearly $1 million from the school. Interesting. Ward, who is 44 years old, allegedly took 900 bands from the school bookstore and food services department for 3 years. So that's 900 total in 3 years, or she took 900 every 3 years. I'm gonna just assume it's 900 in 3 years. Hopefully, that's tough. At the time, Ward was working as the business and technology application analyst and office manager for the school's Eagle Card, which students use to register for classes, check out books, and pay for laundry services, purchase meals, and attend campus events. She was arrested on one account of felony embezzlement of state property and was released on a $1 million unsecured bond. Wow. However, Ward claims she is innocent and she does not know why she is being accused of the crime. She also said she plans to plead not guilty.
Okay.
I mean,
innocent till proven guilty, right?
Yeah. But I feel like
I mean, she did that shit.
but respectfully though, because like that 900 is in your account.
Right, so dude, maybe she don't know how it got there or something.
Yeah,
she's being framed. You didn't notice it.
She's being framed, something like that.
Yeah, you didn't notice like an almost $1 million increase.
But
I think I noticed that.
I definitely noticed that. But the fact that it's from an HBCU,
Hurts.
yeah, that hurts.
Hurts. Like you stealing from your own people.
Absolutely.
That's fraud. That is like fraud. For real. Cause you stealing from your own people. Like, what are you getting out of that?
Exactly. But innocent till proven guilty. You said what
Innocent
you
till
were
proven
supposed to
guilty.
say. That $1 million bond is kind of tough. And stealing from our people is kind of tough.
That's $100K.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. But this will conclude today's podcast. This will be this time that we're gonna start going around just to see if it works for us, works for you all. Before we end off, rest in peace to the people at the Astro World. Crazy event. Yeah, man, I don't really know what all to say about that.
It's a sad situation. It's a messed up situation. Like, it's really nothing you can even say to, like,
Yeah,
respectfully, I'm
respectfully.
sorry to those families.
Mhm.
That's just, you don't want to go out to have a good time, to have fun, to enjoy yourself, to not make it home.
Exactly. Especially due to when it's gun violence. Exactly. When it's nonsense, like that's very unfortunate. But yeah, man, I don't know. Very unfortunate situation. But with that being said, we encourage you all to like and follow all of our social media pages. We got our Make a Chess Move. That is pulling up right there. Our Mega Culture Move. Check out our YouTube at Make a Chess Move -Macam. Virtual Artist Storytelling will be coming real soon. Then check out our website at www.makeachessmove.org. Then go ahead and check out our workshops, which are coming very soon for the ages. I'll just say youth for right now.
For the youth.
Yeah, for the youth.
Because we have 3 different workshops coming up. So the first one coming up is for ages like 21 to or what is it, high schoolers? So it's from like 15 to 24.
Yeah, but we'll get more information for you all within the next podcast.
Stay tuned.
But our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest is all Macam303. With that being said, we hope y'all Macam out there, man.
Y'all Macam out there. Be
I'll
safe.
cop some Macam apparel. You feel me? Cop some Macam apparel.
Be safe, y'all. Be safe.
Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change. Stop running your mouth.